YouTube, what's going on? Trey back again to hit you with another video. Now this video right here comes out of Fort Worth by way of Texas. Big shout out to everybody in the Lone Star State. Yes, my home state, Texas. Anyway, this is an update to a story I did a couple months ago about Tatiana Jefferson, who was the young lady who was gunned down while playing video games, allegedly, with her nephew around 2:25 a.m. between 2:25 a.m. 2:30 in the morning. And that's not anything out of the ordinary for people to play video games, especially with their nephews, no matter how late it is, because sometimes you just don't go to sleep. But anyway, that wasn't the bad thing. The bad thing it was this right here is the fact that a neighbor allegedly seen the door crack or open. I don't know. They never said how far the door was open or whatever. And like people said in the first video I did, why didn't the neighbor go over there and knock on the door? Why didn't he stand outside and call and make sure everything was okay? Why did he not even just, just saying, not trying to go look through her windows or whatnot, because you might get the hell shot out of you. But just go make sure everything was all right. Make sure with nobody breaking in. So he calls the police like most normal people do, which is nothing wrong with that. But during this instance, calling the police, someone lost their life. Now, instead of the police coming to the place and parking in front, so, talking over the loudspeaker, their bullhorns or whatever, they decided to park the car right down the street a little bit on the curve and then walk to the residence where Tatiana Jefferson, her neighbor, her nephew was, while the neighbor was looking outside. So while walking in, pitch black dark, they proceed to go in the backyard, and the video shows that. And while upon entering the backyard, they did not yell out, "The police is here. Is everyone okay?" They did not even make themselves known. So Officer Dean sees Tatiana Jefferson stands up in the window because she's in her place. And he said that she's allegedly had a gun and he perceived a threat and he shot and killed this woman through the window. Through the window. Now, we don't heard of some people getting shot and killed through the window, but I'm not going to say no names, of course. But that was strange to me. Like, why didn't you even make yourself known? Why go through somebody's backyard? You feel me? Why not have flashlights on and everything else? So in case a burglar was in there, you may scare them and they may run out or whatever. Or at the same time, if the situation was different, whereas you have a woman who's playing with her nephew, they would see flashing lights. And then, they would let you know, look, everything is okay. No need for the lights. Thank you all for checking on me. Life goes on. But due to the fact that this was poor police and the poor police procedure, a woman lost her life. And another sad thing about I want to make a statement about is the fact that also weeks after that Tatiana Jefferson got killed by Officer Dean, her dad, Mr. Marquise Jefferson, who was 58 years old, may he rest in peace, he died of a heart attack. And they said he died from a broken heart because he was like a perky guy, somebody that you would see very uplifting every day, in good spirits, trying to motivate and help people. But it's like he tried to deal with it, but a few weeks later after his daughter being killed, it just broke his heart. And they said, actually, they witnessed this man died of a broken heart. That's not me saying that. That is the people at the Methodist Charlton Medical Center in Dallas who said this about Mr. Marquise Jefferson, who was 58 years old. It's a sad situation, not only the fact that his daughter died and didn't nothing happen to the car, but the fact that he ended up dying from a broken heart 3 weeks later. And that's a sad situation. This goes to show you what they call a domino effect and how, things can affect people. But anyway, I'm going to read a quick snippet from this story, and I'm going to give my opinion. All of it. Surely, as we go. Tatiana Jefferson's killer cop, Aaron Dean. Sound like somebody who would try some sneaky shit. But anyway, it's finally indicted for murder. It took long enough. Now, a Torrent County grand jury makes the move, and this move should have been made. Just like it took so long with the Amber Geiger situation, but due to the fact that Attorney Lee Merritt, and big shout out to him and other high-powered figures in the public and social media, put the pressure on the Dallas Police Department. That's how Amber Geiger ended up getting indicted also, even though she only got 10 years. And then a guy who was one of the star witnesses allegedly get killed. They said it was a drug dealer. Notice we didn't hear no more about that story. But anyway, former Fort Worth police officer Aaron Dean was indicted by a grand jury for murder on Friday for the fatal shooting of Tatiana Jefferson in her home, in her own damn home, on October the 12th, according to the news station, talking about he perceived a threat. She had a weapon. You can have a damn weapon in your home, especially in the state of Texas, because guess what? State of Texas is an open carry state, which means you can have your gun in public. You don't have to hide your gun or whatever. This is not New York, even though I got a New York hat on. Big shout out to NYC, that you have to hide guns or you can't have guns. Only law enforcement can have guns. No, down here in the deep south, it's an open carry state. So why would the news say that she had a weapon in her home? I guess the same way they said Bolton John had marijuana in his apartment, trying to make that drug related. And then a star witness made his death drug related. But I'm not going to say too much. But anyway, 28-year-old Jefferson was playing video games with her 8-year-old nephew when Dean entered her backyard unannounced. Make sure you put that in there. That's why I read these stories, so we can get a clearer picture of what happened, because the news, they'll tell you stuff, they'll leave certain things out, they'll use these words and stuff people ain't too familiar to. I just try to give it to you in layman terms. You feel what I'm saying? But anyway, she rolls up to take a look out of her window, just like I would, because you may hear somebody out there, you may hear sticks crackling or whatever. You'll be amazed what you can hear. But anyway, she looked out the window when she was shot. Now imagine you stand up in your house and you looking out your property, on your property, and somebody shoot the hell out of you, no matter who they are. Do they give them a right? Who gives a fuck if they're a police officer? They could be a damn nun. They could be a preacher. What are you doing in my backyard unannounced? See, this could have happened to anybody. You feel what I'm saying? And if that don't make you feel some kind of way, I don't know what will. But anyway, Dean, 35 years old, but look every bit 49 in the face, was indicted by a Torrance County grand jury. Now, a lot of you all might say, Trey, I'm 49. But just listen to what I'm saying. 35, 49, I mean, he got an old face. But come on now. The tragic incident came about when a neighbor called the police requesting a welfare check after he noticed the door open at the Fourth Ward home. Now, pause. That seems kind of suspect to me, because if you a woman, you a young lady, kind of, not young, let's teenage years, because she was in her 20s, and you were there with your nephew, and you're going to try to protect your 8-year-old nephew, why would your door be open? Why would it be cracked? And also, if your neighbor, knowing you, because your neighbors see you, just like I see my neighbors, just like you see your neighbors, wouldn't you try to go knock on their door and see if something's all right? You see what I'm saying? That's just like you see somebody trying to break in their car. You're going to call the police, or you're going to try to notify them once the person gone. I don't expect you to go over there while they're breaking in the car, but would you at least try to go knock on their door or something and check? That's all I'm saying. But some people will, some people don't. Now, anyway, also they said this right here. The police were told it was an open structure, which means it basically been broken in. That's what they mean by open structure. It's just wide open. And they don't know if somebody dead in there or not. They don't know if somebody in there committing a robbery or a murder. Now, they said it was an open structure call, and they parked around the corner, which I don't understand, because if the neighbor called and he said that he's doing a welfare and he wants you all to do a welfare check, where did we get an open structure call from? Who put that motherfucking shit in a damn phone log? That's what I want to know right there. Who put that in the records? How can we go from a welfare check to an open structure call like something that's been broke into? That's what it means. But anyway, they said this right here. Dean's body camera footage shows him looking through the glass storm door before walking around the side of the house, opening the gate to the backyard. Why do you not yell in the house if you just dare to do a welfare check? So either the neighbor's line or either the police's line, because would the neighbor know how to say an open structure call unless he was law enforcement or have somebody in law enforcement that told him that? No. So therefore, I do believe the neighbor did ask them to do a welfare check, but just like most cops, they want to play hero and everything, and this is what happened. Now, they also said that Dean body camera footage shows him looking through the glass storm door before walking around the side of the house, which, why did you go around a woman's house and you're not even making yourself known? Police, anybody in there, like they mostly do. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't see them do in person, like we don't see them do in the movies. And I know some of the movies are fake, but why do you not make yourself known? Because if you did, Tatiana Jefferson would still be alive, and maybe Mr. Marquise Jefferson, her dad, wouldn't have died of a broken heart of a heart attack. Now, they says he was opening the gate to the backyard, peeping around the corner, and then entering the backyard. Dean fired from outside the house into the window. So how can you be perceiving a threat when they're on the inside of the house and you on the outside of the house and you in somebody else's backyard around 2:30 in the morning? Now, make that make sense for all my people out there who love to dissect everything I'm saying. Make that make sense where it's credible on the cop behalf. But anyway, they said Dean fired from outside the house into the window, hitting Jefferson. They did not say where he shot at, and I really don't want to know where he shot at. The point is he killed her. According to an arrest warrant affidavit, Jefferson's nephew told investigators that his aunt yelled out in pain. That's a sad situation. Now, you're going from good times to bad times. Your nephew, you sit over there having a good time, all of a sudden, your auntie laying on the floor, dying and stuff, crying out in pain. All because some trigger-happy gumshoe, some rookie, that's what gumshoe mean, is a rookie, who decided just to pull the trigger without making himself known or anything. Now, the arrest warrant mentions 3 times that Dean didn't announce that he was a police officer when he went around the house. So not only was Tatiana Jefferson's life in danger, but also the cops. Because what if she would have had something in there called a street sweeper? What if she would have had something in there called what Soldier Boy used? What it is, yeah, a Draco. What if she would have had something like that? Who would have made you kick rocks, get somewhere? You feel me? What if she would have pulled out one of them? So not only was they playing with somebody else's life, but their life could have wound up in danger too also. Because that's the way it goes if somebody's in your backyard. Dean didn't provide a statement to Fort Worth investigators on why he shot, according to the affidavit and also officials. So why didn't you provide no statement? Which, if you shot at somebody, you killed somebody, isn't you required, for my people who are in law enforcement, because I know you all watching, I have family in law enforcement, are you required to give a statement if there's gunplay involved and stuff? Because I know you got to give a record of what you're doing throughout the day. So quite naturally, if you pull your gun and you discharge a bullet and it goes in somebody, you kill them, you're not required to give a statement. Let me know in the comment section. Now, usually in such investigation, it's common for a cop to give a statement to investigators and to the Internal Affairs Division of their police department. So they said normal situation is required, but I guess under Fort Worth and Dallas police is not required, because damn near they'll just make it up as it go. Some of them, not all of them, because I don't want you trying to flag me down and shit and stop me. But anyway, Fort Worth Police Department officials said Dean resigned before he could be fired, just like most of them do. But guess what? That's still your ass, Mr. Postman. Just because you fired, you know what I'm saying, you quit before you could be fired, you still gonna get another job somewhere else. But guess what? Tatiana Jefferson can't get another job. She can't even live again because you took her life. So just because you quit don't mean shit. Anyway, the cop who was dispatched along with Dean only saw Jefferson's face through the window, but Dean said he seen her raise a gun at him. When Dean fired once into the house, according to the warrant, key thing right there. Key thing, because they said when Dean rose up, I mean, not Dean, they said when Tatiana Jefferson rose up, she had a gun in her hand. Remember the original story? But then they backtracked and said that the other officer that was assisting Dean, because he did not go back there by himself, he only seen her face through the window, and that's when Dean shot. So who is telling the truth? Sound like the other officer trying to save his ass too, because the story didn't say that at first. Let's go and finish up. Now, in a subsequent press release announcing the shooting, Fort Worth police claimed the cop was perceiving a threat. So how did the cop perceive a threat if one of the cops that was assisting Officer Dean only seen Jefferson's face through the window? Is your face a threat, or is the skin color of your face a threat? Now, anyway, they say that the press release also said the officer saw a firearm. Now, this was the subsequent, this was before, a firearm when they entered Jefferson's home and found her. But one story said they seen her raise a firearm. Another story now says there was a firearm in the house. But in the state of Texas, you are allowed to have a gun. You are allowed to carry a gun. You feel what I'm saying? And open carry that. You can have it out in the open. You don't have to hide it or conceal it. You can have it out there in the open, just like many other people do. Now, the Fort Worth Police Department then reportedly released a picture of that firearm. Like, who cares? Who cares? Was it stolen? Was it hot? Did she rave it at you? Did she raise it at you? Did she shoot at you? She didn't do anything. She only just stood up and she was gunned down. Anyway, they say they released a picture of the firearm, even though there was no claim of that gun being used or even wielded during the one-sided encounter. So not only can you murder somebody, kill somebody, but then in the moment of their demise, you still try to make them look like they're the bad guy, they're the criminal. If you made a mistake, just say it was a mistake and own up to it. But if this was done through malice, or the fact that this cop just wanted to kill somebody, because we don't know what some of these people be thinking, that's something totally different right there. But it's amazing how you can lose your life and people will still slander you and say that you did something that you normally, and that you know for yourself and God know that you did not do. Let's finish. Now, Texas is a state with laws that permit citizens to openly carry guns. So why post a picture of a gun that Tatiana Jefferson had in her home? The gun was for protection, just like a lot of people have things in their homes for protection. You see what I'm saying? Jefferson family lawyer and civil rights attorney S. Lee Merritt announced Dean's indictment on Friday, saying, though her family is relieved by the news, we need to see this through to a vigorous prosecution and appropriate sentencing. And I hope it be better than an Amber Geiger 10-year sentence, which they're going to try to give that back very soon. So I'm going to let you all know. Let me know, my people in Fort Worth, what you all think about this. If you like the video, push that like button. If you like the video, subscribe to the channel. Definitely share this video with your family and friends. And also, Like I told people when I first did this story, don't call the police for me to assist me. If something happened to me, just let me die because shit, I might end up dead in a damn way. And that goes for me or you both. And I'm not trying to be funny, I'm trying to be real. But at the same time, if you're a good neighbor and you know your neighbor, now, cause I know some people, neighbors don't speak to each other, they don't know each other. But at least go over there and see if they're all right. What if somebody in there killing them? What if somebody doing this? But don't be concerned if you're going to think that way. Just pick up the phone and call the police. But if you I don't want to say scary because I don't want to use the wrong words. But if you feel that it's important enough, at least go try to check on them. Because it's better for you to check on them than some trigger happy rookie cop or vet cop or whatever who's looking for a promotion or vacation or just notification. It's better than them going over there killing somebody and then they're trying to justify it. But anyway, let me know what you think in the comment section. Till next time, you all stay blessed and watch your front and watch your back. And have a happy holidays this week. Talk to you soon. I'm out.